on YouTube.
Oh, Predator put that up, and
Yeah.
I've seen that review. People,
I love that guy. I'm like, we need to get him on our site.
dude, I want to.
His science might be too tight for us.
No, man, I want to hire that guy to do, and I want him to be my contact guy.
Yeah.
When we can't go see something. Carla, you got to see this guy.
I have seen this.
Okay.
No, this
I
guy's
haven't seen
awful. This is you guys are talking about Schadenfreude. He's not good. He's so bad. It is painful. To
I love
watch.
him.
Yeah, I think he's awesome.
We put his video. Predator posted it up. We put it on the front page, and I watched it twice.
Yeah,
I love that guy.
I love all his reviews. But
I only saw this.
He did one for. Oh no, because I was the first one to post one months ago.
He's so bad.
But he just did one for 10,000 BC.
That's the one I saw. I love him. His teeth
I
are.
thought this film was pretty good, I guess.
Well, you could take your date to see it, but maybe you don't want to because that'll scare her. Don't do that. No, don't do that. I'm like, man, I love this dude.
Yeah, he's great.
I thought it was a joke at first.
No,
Okay.
ain't no joke. If it was a joke, it wouldn't be funny. But the fact that he's serious,
That motherfucker is more entertaining than 10,000 BC.
that's true.
Shit, they should have put his ass in 10,000 BC, chasing mastodons.
I don't know if I can kill these things. They're so big.
I made him one of the mastodons. His teeth are big enough to do that. Anyway, what are we talking about this dude, man? Shit, that
I
dude-
have no idea why.
No, because he's funny. He's
He
lovely.
is, he
I
is.
love that guy. He's lovely. Now, see, I told you we surprised you, Leon, because number
Oh,
one.
so Horton Hears a Who is not number one.
No, it got so blown back that nobody even saw it.
No, the truth of the matter is that everybody just all of a sudden discovered Semi-Pro, and it's number one. No, of course, Doctor Who Horton, what the Dr.
Hears a
Seuss's
Who.
Horton Who's a Who? Yeah, of course that's number one.
Yeah.
$45 million, man.
Yeah.
I mean, no surprise there.
Oh God, no! In fact, I was surprised. At first, I was wondering why they didn't release it next weekend, but then I realized they did it so that they could have number one 2 weekends in a row. So, of course, next weekend is Easter. Yeah, and the rated G movie is going to be the number one movie. Last year, what was that piece of crap that was number one?
Grindhouse.
No. No, Grindhouse is number two that week.
That's right. It was Easter weekend.
It was Easter weekend and got its ass handed to it by Are We Done Yet?
Right.
Because if there's a family movie next weekend, it's all going to be about Horton Hears a Who.
By the
as
way,
well.
Grindhouse was not number two that weekend. It didn't even open up in the top 5, I don't think.
Yeah, it did.
What, Grindhouse?
Yeah. It may not have been. I'm pretty certain it was number two, but it was definitely in the top 5.
Yeah, it was in the top 5 for sure.
I think it
pretty
wasn't
certain
number
it was
two,
number
though.
two. I'm
It
pretty
was
certain.
It was number 4 or 5. But no matter. We ain't talking about that. Horton Hears a Who, a movie that I said was good for kids. Take the kids. You didn't like it at all.
No, I didn't really care for it. I mean, it's not the worst thing, but to me, it's one of these movies like I tend to not like it more than even just a regular bad movie because it's an obnoxious movie. It's when it's constantly in your face. It's making moves that don't make any sense. It's going off on the sides that don't tie into the plot at all. It's like it's pure filler, but it's a rambunctious, obnoxious filler.
Well, the original 24-minute version had filler in it, for Christ's
Exactly.
sake.
That was my point.
This has always been the problem with all of these Dr. Seuss adaptations is how do you take a book that it takes 5 minutes to read a child and extend it into an hour and a half?
Yeah.
And
That's-
you have to make up such crazy, whacked out shit. And it's not like they have Dr. Seuss here to say, here's how you do it. Here's what I would have filled in there.
Right.
So you have this pseudo Seuss going on that's just really freaking awful.
Yeah. I mean, what you get is, hey, Jim Carrey, we're going to pay you a ton of money and we want you to just improv with whatever comes off the top of your head for another hour and 25 minutes.
Yeah. No.
Jim Carrey's in this one again.
Yeah, he's the voice of Horton.
See, Warner Brothers was kind enough to send me a copy of the original Horton Hears a Who on DVD, which just got re-released. Have you guys checked that DVD out
It's
yet?
on the Grinch. If you buy How the Grinch Stole Christmas, it's on the other side of that disc.
Right, but they just put this out again, and it comes with 3 others, which are pretty cool, which is why I was wondering if you guys have seen it.
Oh, I've seen it. I watched it right before we did the review.
Yeah, no, it's that's what I've always said. I mean, I don't even mind the padding out in a movie like that.
Sure.
It's just in here it was just really obnoxious. The filler that they had, just all the different styles of animation and all the all the pop culture references that they did and all these characters, man, all these characters in this movie, they're coked up. Every character in this movie is
absolutely
all
right.
over the fucking place.
You're right.
Hey, Horton, how you doing today, man? Hey, let's go out and let's get some oars, man. You know, it's like
No. And that's the
Wait,
thing.
Neil Patrick Harris was in this?
yeah, exactly. No, I mean I'm exaggerating, of course, but all these characters are just all over the place.
If Horton was a spastic character and everybody else was grounded, okay, sure. But everybody's that way.
Yeah, no, really, like I said, kids are not gonna care because you little bastards will see anything.
Yeah, they all got ADD anyway. They just ate a bowl full of Captain Crunch and they're already zooming around the room.
Yeah, but by the way, Groundhouse was number 4. That's what I was looking up.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Man,
We can't let this shit go.
We're here to report the truth.
Why don't you two just whip out your dicks while we're at it?
Because he's the one that's concerned.
Because I am a journalist, Leon. That's why. You know me, man. You know if I got to prove myself right every now and then.
If he gets a wild hair up his ass, he's got to do it.
That's right.
Because the few times he's right, he has to prove it. And it'll come up 3 or 4 times today, too. Watch.
Of course, got to. That's just that. Hey, Pete, that's just how I am. You know. Hey, and if I looked it up,
that's nothing to really be proud of.
No, it's not. But that's Korey for you.
If I looked it up and been wrong, I would have been like, my hat's off to you, Carlisle.
Please,
no, you would have never come up. You would have clicked on to porn.
As a matter,
what are you looking over there? Oh, Peachy Forums. I'm sorry.
I would have not said something. Not only would I not say something, I would have slammed this laptop down and ran out. You would have ran out the door like, what's wrong with him? You'll never catch me.
Let's not discuss Grindhouse ever again.
Nah. Oh God, excuse me. I'm sorry, people. Yeah, so I mean, no, I have no problems with Horton Hears a Who being number 1, and I'm not surprised. And I just I think I'm looking forward to the screen version of Green Eggs and Ham. Now that's what I really want to see.
That's got to be next.
I cannot wait to see how you pad that shit.
See, that's what pisses me off, because this being number 1 means that when they get to Green Eggs and Ham, it's going to be another one that's all over the place.
I don't know if they're actually ever going to get to Green Eggs and Ham.
How could they not?
Because there's so many other great stories that you could actually pad out to an hour and a half.
But
because you pitch that and somebody in the room will say, man, I don't know how to stretch that out, but the Butter Battle book.
Wow.
Now there's something we could do for an hour and a half.
Dr. Seuss wrote a book called The Butter Battle Book.
You don't know the Butter Battle
What
book?
kind of childhood did you have? Did you not read any Dr. Seuss?
Dude, in fact, what I was just talking about, the new Horton Hears a Who DVD with Horton Hears a Who on it has the 1989 Bakshi Butter Battle book.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, that's why I brought it up, because it's actually a cool disc.
They keep switching these around.
Yeah, but Butter Battle book is all about these 2 towns that have a border with one another. It's a Cold War book. It's about how one side butters their toast on the top, and the other side butters it on the bottom, and that leads to an escalation of not liking each other, to an escalation of war, where they build bigger and bigger gadgets to try to, blow the crap out of each other until they essentially invent the bomb.
Yeah, I mean,
He did another story like
suicide bombs and what?
He did another story like that where it was like the
Starbelly Sneetches,
where they're on a wall holding a bomb or something. It was on TNT. Dr. Seuss wrote this. It was crazy. Dr. Seuss wrote something.
No. That's the Butter Battle book. The Starbellied Sneetches ends differently.
But this one was, I guess it was the same thing. Dr. Seuss wrote this specifically for, and I don't know if that's the same thing. He wrote this one as an answer to the nuclear war threat.
That's the Butter Battle book.
Okay, so that's it. So
that's what this is.
And
that's where it ends with them on the wall with the little
pill.
Yeah, that's the Butter Battle book.
Oh,
You've seen
okay.
this. And Ralph Bakshi did the animation for it back in '89, and it's awesome.
That's where I saw it.
That's on that new disc.
Okay. And by the way, Leon, I grew up as a very poor child. Okay, I mean, I didn't learn how to read till I was 16. All right. and even by then,
that was on the back of condom
how's that
boxes.
coming along, by the way?
I've moved up to the back of cereal boxes right now, so I'm getting there. Frosted Flakes. That's all I know.
All right. Well, I'll help you with 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish.
Hey, wait a minute. Slow down, man. Okay, come on now. Not so fast.
Yeah, just don't get to hop on pop. He'll get the wrong idea.
No, man. It'll be great to see a Green Eggs and Ham movie though, because that shit's gonna be crazy. Because that book ain't about nothing but eating.
Let me tell you this. You know how how the Grinch Stole Christmas and the Cat in the Hat and Horton Hears a Who are all each one of those is a book. I mean, and then when they made them in animated features, they made them as 22-minute animated features. They made one of Green Eggs and Ham, and it's like one of 3 episodes on one 22-minute feature. Like Green Eggs and Ham wasn't even long enough to have its own 22 minutes.
Yeah. Exactly. But I'm dying to see this movie.
Although, did you guys ever see when Jesse Jackson read Green Eggs and Ham on Saturday Night Live?
As a matter of fact, next March. January, February. I want to see a Green Eggs and Ham movie with Martin Lawrence playing one of those Dr. Seuss characters.
Shut up.
No,
shut up now, because if anybody's listening to this, shut up now. They're gonna say, see, it's gonna be just like you when you get that one email that vindicates you. See, I told you, people want this. The demand is there.
I can see it now, though. Man, I'm not eating no green eggs and ham, man. But cast it. Do it. I want to see it. Fuck it. I gave up on box office a long time ago. I gave up on the movies a long time ago. They're going to do what they want to do.
That's true.
Shit, we can't. I mean, and by the way, it's already done. Horton made a who is made a what? Morton Horton who what whatever.
Horton made $50 million.
Yeah, exactly. That's all they need to know. Shit, dog, they gonna.
Horton here's a whore.
As a matter of fact, they plan on.
Hoots a hoo-ha.
Exactly. That would have been a great one, man. That would have been a great one, man. As a matter of fact, they're digging up Dr. Seuss himself and gonna put him on strings and put that motherfucker in a movie.
I thought they just, at this point, they just hooked up electrodes to each end of him, and they're generating power as his body spins in his grave faster and faster.
Yeah, you know he's someone looking at this like, God damn it. Okay, all right. Now Leon.
Your goddamn Doomsday review, so we can get him the hell out of here.
Yeah, you got to get out of here. So we're going to do our Doomsday review right here so you people can hear this, and while we have you here anyway. Oh, let's see. Where do we start with this, man?
This is directed by Neil Marshall. He's the guy who did Dog Soldiers and The Descent, the British Descent.
Right. Basically, what you have is a movie where what you get here, he's giving you a value because you don't get just one movie. You basically travel back to the 80s and you go through several movies all in one. I mean, it starts out as 28 Days Later, and then it becomes Escape from New York. Then it becomes Mad Max 3 Beyond Thunderdome.
And then it becomes
surprisingly, like when you think that's it, like, okay, you have what's a virus. Here's your 28 Days Later. It's a virus that takes over England or basically Scotland, and they have to seal it off and just let those people like kill them or die or whatever. But then they say, wait, some of them have lived and they must have the cure. So now we get into Escape from New York, where we have to send in a team, somebody to go in and extract this scientist to come back and show us the cure. But when they get there, it's completely Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. And somehow in England, I guess, if you just leave them alone, they all turn into mad punk rockers. It makes no sense how this society has developed to this exact point, where everybody has mohawks, tattoos, and piercings.
Well, what I was going to tell you was, you mentioned a lot of things. It is Escape from New York. It is Mad Max. It is 28 Days Later.
But then you get to the third act.
And then you throw in Medieval Times Restaurant.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Then it becomes Excalibur or Lady Hawk, whichever, 80s movie you want to go with. I mean, for no apparent reason, on the other side of the island, where Malcolm McDowell lives, he has his society. He's dressed them all up like knights from the Round Table. And the thing you kept wondering is like, where did he get these costumes from?
See, that's what was like tripping me out. It's like, apparently when they sealed off England, they didn't have resources for water, food, or electricity.
Right.
But they had a shitload of costume shops everywhere.
Yeah, there's a lot of movie studios around.
Exactly, and
the props department were wide open.
Because I would think that if I was starving and had the threat of a disease killing me and I was trying to find food and water, the last thing would be on my mind is getting a tattoo and a green mohawk.
Right.
I mean,
well, now you put it that way.
Now, come on, guys. Arguably, you guys are not white, so you do not understand what is genetically programmed into us when all hell breaks loose. It's kind of like, where you guys, if the world were to end, you guys would hide down your basement for a while. We shave our heads and we go off and form little gang bands and start raping and pillaging the land.
But you don't only do that. I mean, you like to play dress up to the hilt. You dress up like the Burger King and walk around. You even go as far. I mean, the
Burger King is fucking scary, dude. Have you seen that motherfucker? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah. They should have sent that motherfucker in to retrieve the virus. But
that would have been in the top 5.
Hell yeah.
Wait, is that the movie about the Burger King going into the Mad Max city? I have to fucking see that.
But it's enough to have a deserted city and have everything crumbling. But Malcolm McDowell's people, not only do they find like robes and they grow beards to like Renaissance people, they find a fucking castle.
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
a castle.
It's very hard to find castles over in Scotland.
Yeah, a castle would be hard to find in Scotland, but finding all the
armor.
Yeah, the armor and the horses, draft horses, and all these medieval weapons, and to have the whole society totally based on that, where you address each other as lord and lady.
Yeah,
it's nuts, and have a jousting arena just in case you might find some outsiders to bring in there.
But I tell you what, man. as dumb as this movie was, and it was dumb.
Hey, we forgot that at the end it comes back again to being the Road Warrior, where
Oh.
they steal sequences directly from the Road Warrior movie. And I mean, one thing I gotta say about this guy, he's like, I'm gonna steal all these 80s movies and I'm gonna go all the way. And the whole soundtrack is nothing but 80s new wave songs.